Welcome back everyone, welcome into the channel, and today we are talking about these little things. The Apple AirPods Pros. From a gym goer's perspective, not from a tech guru's perspective. So if you're a tech guru and you're gonna hammer me down for my statistics on the AirPods Pros, then yeah, you might not want to watch the video. But if you do exercise, whether you run, you train in the gym, or you train at home, this can be very relatable. And there's one thing I like to be, is very relatable, and kind of be honest and give you real reviews. So sit back, enjoy the reviews, take some tips, and see what you think. So for me, initially I wanted to make this video because over the past couple of months, around the Christmas time, I was looking at headphones. I was looking at various headphones of what I can use. Obviously, as a gym girl, we do know that the importance of using the right set of headphones can make a world of difference, because a motivational playlist, there is nothing worse than when you're exercising and your headphones fall out. Completely ruins it. And I always looked into AirPods or some sort of earbuds to use, and I didn't really know where to go. Obviously, we know that the Apple AirPods can be quite expensive. There are cheaper alternatives, but I really wanted to kind of look and see what's what, and hopefully in today's video, going over the pros and cons from my perspective, you can relate to it, and it might help you make a decision. So you may be there thinking like, how does this guy train? If you've seen me before, I am very much like varied. I used to be in the bodybuilding kind of aspect, as predominantly strict weightlifting, which I guess any kind of headphone works, but moving more into my military background and functional training background, when you start to do burpees, running, weightlifting, snatches, etc., it starts to get a little bit more tricky because you're jumping around and things can just fall out a lot easier. So first things first, I guess, we're gonna sort of look at the pros and then the cons of what I feel the Apple AirPods bring so far. And I kind of want to break them down and just give a realistic perspective of each. So looking at number one, we've got the in-ear fittings. Obviously, as a gym goer, personally for me, with some weird, like I have weird ears, right? I have weird fitting ears. I could put a headphone in there, bow my head and they'll drop out. Don't know why, it's the way I was born. But in-ear buds make a world of difference for me, or overhead headphones. I suppose before I was using Dre Beats, which were solid big headphones, which obviously that's a bit of a struggle to fall off. They're literally stuck to your head. But the in-ear fittings to me is like a massive thing. And I can imagine it would be for a lot of other people. And the way I think Apple have managed to do this is they've given you 3 different sizes inside the pack. So it's specifically, you can change them and obviously play with them and see if they fit in your ear. So to me, that is like a massive pro from the offset. When I was looking at various headphones, that was the first thing realistically that I was looking for in a bud, because the last thing I wanted, same again, is for the headphones to be falling out halfway through an exercise. Number 2, noise cancelling. So I kind of get, same again, when you've got these big headphones on, they're covering your ears like this, you kind of get it. They're a bit like earmuffs. You kind of expect them to stop the noise. But really like mind boggled me when I put them in. Like literally I was talking to my missus and I was like, right, let's see how this works then. So the noise cancelling, we just stuck them in like this, and I was trying to continue. Hit the button and keep hold of it, and then it changes it back to normal, which I found like really odd. I was literally sat there for about 5 minutes like, watch. And I was chatting to her and it was really entertaining for me. That to me, same again, is a massive part of helping you with your workouts and stuff like that. To cancel the noise, it actually makes a world of difference. The only thing I would put out there as a be careful kind of situation, you put the noise cancelling headphones on, make sure you know who's in the gym. Because if you don't, someone sneaks up on you, scares the hell out of you. And if you start singing and dancing and you're not really aware that someone's behind you, obviously that's quite embarrassing too. To me, that is quite a big pro, mainly because straight away for me, I like to really get in the zone. Headphones make a massive difference to my workouts, and music does as well. And this kind of lets me zone out that little bit more, cutting off any to the outer world. I'm in my zone, I can train, thump the music on, and you're good to go. Number 3, we're looking at the sound quality. Same again, this isn't a tech review, so I'm not gonna start to break down, like, I don't even know what it was, megahertz? Is it megahertz? I don't even know. I don't know all this sort of stuff, but I do know a good headphone when I find one. And for me, it's quite a simple one to sum up. You know, when you stick cheaper, the sound quality isn't quite as clear, the bass isn't there, it isn't giving you the kick you need. To me, that is a great little pro to have, and I definitely would say that in comparison to a lot of other headphones that I've tried, this is up there with the best. And obviously Dre Beats, people have ever used them before, really high recognition for their sound quality as well. And to me, considering it's a bud in comparison to a muff, they're very, very sort of equivalent. So I'll put them on the same par, and these are about 100 quid cheaper. Number 4 is the functionality of the buttons. So this was, same again, blew my mind. I mean, I feel like I'm stuck 20 years ago. The technology is absolutely mad right now. And when I was looking into it, obviously, you got like these buttons, it ain't even a button, it's like a blank pad, there's not really much on it. It's literally that little pad right in there does everything. And with that, it's great. I mean, I do have various Apple products like the watch, the phone, and stuff like that, so you can kind of like use these buttons and obviously change your music, etc. a few different ways, but the AirPods actually are really quite helpful. I found that when I was actually training and just to be able to tap it, pause it, keep hold of it, cancel the noise cancellation. So obviously if someone does come in to talk to you and you want to tell them to stop talking to you, at least you can pause it, cancel the noise out, shush, turn the noise cancelling back on and crack back on with your workout. So I do find that as a big pro as well, because obviously if your phone's on the other side of the gym somewhere, and it's probably wouldn't recommend doing that because it might get stolen. If you do leave it somewhere and you can't be asked to go grab it because you're really lazy but you're training in a gym, you can then just use the headphones to say pause and play and stuff like that. Number 5, which technically this isn't like in order of what I rate them, is 1's best, 5 is worse. I mean, this was actually quite a big part to me as well, is the fact that they're water and sweat resistant. I don't believe like you could go swimming and they will work. I highly doubt that's gonna happen. But for me, and as a gym goer again, sweat resistant headphones is massive. I've had so many headphones in the past where I'm training hard, get sweaty, they work all right for the first sort of couple of sessions and whatever. But as soon as sweat gets into them, they're ruined. And even if they're only a 10 quid pair of headphones or a 15 quid pair of headphones, obviously if you've got to replace them every couple of months, it starts to add up. And I feel like with these ones, I've been trying them now for like 2 months or something, and touch wood, I mean, I haven't seemed to have an issue so far. I haven't heard of any other like reviews or people saying that, you know, their sweat's breaking or anything like that. So I would say that up there with the ear fittings is probably one of my biggest pros actually that I'd put on the AirPod Pros. And then looking a little bit more at the technical side, but not so technical side, is the battery life. Anyone who has an iPad, an iPhone, and stuff like that, batteries on Apples, I find them a little bit sporadic. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're terrible. But at the moment, same again, I'm only a couple of months in, these AirPod Pros seem to be pretty good on battery life. They do claim to have 4.5 hours battery life out of the case, and then when you put them back in, they say if you leave them in there for 5 minutes, it can take you back to an hour's worth of charge. And actually, I haven't had any issues so far. They seem to last quite a long time out of the case, and obviously usually if you do an hour or so's workouts, or even an hour and a half, which is quite long, you can then obviously know that they're going to last the whole time. You chuck them back in, so when you go to your next workout, they're good to go again. Since I've had them with the case and obviously actually charging them for a period of time, I haven't found myself doing it that often. I feel like, I don't know what any other buds are like, if anyone can feel free to comment below, but I've not found that I have to get back, stick them on charge straight away and stuff like this. It's been more like, I check them on my phone, it comes up and says, that's your battery life, so I kind of know when to chuck them back in. So, same again, big pro that I'll put out there. There's nothing worse than a wireless set of headphones that run out halfway through your workout, you're absolutely buzzing mid-set, and then it's silence. It just destroys it. So this is like a big thing for me, and I'll put that there, same again, with one of the main pros of the AirPod Pros. But we stop there. It isn't all sunshine, flowers and candy floss. Weird analogy, you get the point. I'm not saying it's all happy days with these headphones. We've got to look at the cons now as well. To me initially, there isn't that many cons that I can pull out. I was sat there trying to think, right, what other cons can I pull? Because I don't want it to seem like really unfair, like yeah, these are like the best headphones ever, because I feel like you do have to weigh it down as well with something. And the obvious one with the Apple AirPod Pros is the price. These are racking in at £200. Obviously if you're American or use different currency, I have no idea what that is, so feel free to do a little conversion, but it's 200 Great British pounds that have left my bank to purchase this. I actually ran an Instagram poll on basically saying, have I been ripped off? And it was a close call. I think it was like 60-40 that people were like, no, that's a great buy, and then 40% were like, that's a terrible buy. And I truly believe that the 60% of the people that have actually bought them and the 40% of the people that just look at it like I did when I was thinking about getting them and just thinking, nah, they just can't be worth 200 quid. Probably the harshest con, and you can't really call it a con because the technology in it is madness, but it is a lot of money to fork out on some headphones and to know if they're actually going to be reliable. And this is where hopefully this video gives you that little nudge to say, I probably would say they're quite reliable in regards to the price. Going into the number 2 of the cons, this I would say probably screams out to pretty much everyone, is that they're easy to lose. Obviously you've got a very diddy case, which is great, obviously goes in your pocket, you know, so you get the functionality, it's absolutely perfect, but in reality as well, how easy is it to lose something like that? And then not even just that, obviously you take out the AirPods and you've got then 2 diddy individual things, you take them out your head, you chuck them on the side, you might forget about them, crap, where are they gone? Or you might put one somewhere else, a bit like socks. I mean, socks seem to like find their own way apart, they just go on their own little journeys, and I'm hoping that isn't the same for the AirPod Pros. So I guess it's weighing up, realistically, would you rather stick cheaper and the risk that if you do lose and it's not so much of a sort of a sour bullet to swallow, or are you just going to try and be extra cautious? I mean, I've taken the option of trying to be extra cautious, and so far so good, but if I do ever lose them, I'll let you know. And then the third one, and this is quite an annoying thing just with Apple in general, actually this isn't just related to the pods, is that there isn't actually a charger with it. You get a cable, but no plug, and I kind of get the point of why they're trying to cut this back, but then again, if this is your first Apple product, you then haven't really got a plug to use because it isn't a USB plug either. It's the 2-ended weird jabby things. The lightning adapter, that's the word I believe it is. You've got 2 ends the same, and it's like, great, well, what the hell do I do with that? Just stick it in my wall, you know what I mean? It isn't very functional at all. If you do have loads of Apple gadgets, it's not really an issue because you can use your normal iPhone charger to plug into it. I believe you can use wireless adapters on it as well, and also like your MacBooks and stuff like that. It all kind of fits into it. So if you're an Apple kid like myself, and I've got a MacBook downstairs, it's not really an issue because you've probably got all the chargers anyway, so you can use it. But I would put that on there as a bit of a con, because same again, you're spending a lot of money on something, you would expect it to be sort of fully functional without any issues from the get-go. So to round up the video there, guys, it was a quick sort of review, looking at it from Jim's personal perspective again, and hopefully you've managed to get some help from there. Are they worth it for the price, for what they do? My personal opinion, I would probably say yes. But that is because I'm quite an avid gym goer. I do then do a lot of work online in that as well. So they do come, for me, quite functionally helpful for various things, and for the gyms, it does exactly what I want it to do. It stays in, gives me a good workout, sweat proof. I've told you it all already. So if you're on the fence of deciding should I get them, should I not get them, I would probably nudge you to the side of should. Obviously, if you've got the money, be sensible. If you ain't got the money, then it's not worth it. It's like anything. Don't just buy stuff if you can't afford it. But if you're a bit like not really interested, I was just curious, then I wouldn't say rush out to get them if you're not in that space to go buy them yet. So thanks again for watching, guys. Like I said, hopefully it's been quite helpful and gives you a little bit more of an insight into what I suppose real reviews can give you. And if you have enjoyed this video, be sure to obviously like it. It goes a long way for me, it does mean quite a lot, and subscribe to the channel if you do want more sort of fitness and lifestyle kind of footage moving forward. I will be looking to do more reviews on various things because I'm all about trying to keep it as real as possible and actually relate and help people where I can. So feel free to subscribe, and obviously comment below if you've got any ideas or anything you'd like to see, because it goes a long way as well if I can give relatable content with suggestions. Until next time, guys and girls and other people, I'll see you in the next video.